Grandma, I miss you. Khadija, I miss you. Princess, I miss you. See, some of y'all wouldn't understand and overstand what I'm saying in this live, but how I'm speaking in this live, these three ladies, they will overstand and they will understand it very well. You would get it later on in time, but they would understand it right away. They're in Zion right now. Okay. I'll start with you, Grandma. Look at a lot of people in this world, and when I look at a lot of people, it really makes me appreciate you. Because I remember most of our conversations, and one of the best human beings I ever met in my life. One of the best. Don't matter if it's male or female. You know, because you had something in you where, I don't know if it's because you're my grandmother that I love you, but I remember years and days, I keep on looking and trying to figure out what it was that made you so special. And I said, yeah, it's my grandmom's. That's what makes you special. Then I was thinking, like, nah, that's my father's mother. And to just put it in a plain sentence of, that's my grandmom's, that's what make her special. Nah. Told you one of my best times going shopping with her. Never forget it. Bought me a Spider-Man umbrella, bought me grapes, bought me a whole bunch of things. And how people act nowadays of how they're supposed to be nice to people or whatever, or supposed to be kind or positive. I will be totally on. I can't remember my grandmother being mad at me, or not being mad at me, but I can't remember her showing me any negative energy or being upset, and she was, some people say, a gift from God. I say she was a gift to this universe, a gift in this world, because grandmother raised her children, she raised many other children, and she took care of many people. She had a voice of, like, sweet joy. I never heard somebody with a voice so quiet, but you could still understand everything she say. I love you, lady. I love you. You are my lady for life, and you would always be my lady. Like, you are. Like, I could laugh right now, and I am laughing and smiling, but you made me feel okay in life. You made me feel good. And many times living in life now, I try to kick back and think about the fun we had, the days we had, the talks we had, conversations, sitting on the couch by sister house, or even if you came to the house and you was a real superhero. You was a real hero. You was a jewel, and some people use words to express how they feel about people, but I know that my words could never really amount to what you meant. My words cannot, it can't appreciate you, my words, but I could only hope that you understand. Hold on 1 minute, please. Okay. Yeah, I only hope that you could understand, and, like, you do understand, because I remember a lot of conversations we have, not every conversations, but some of the major ones, when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, and I remember, this was the major one, and sometimes you got to be very wise of what you do to people and how you treat some people, because some people in this world love you, but you may do things that you don't understand. And I would say my grandmother spoiled me like milk, spoiled milk and yogurt. And with her doing that, I always respect it, but she was always my strength. And when she passed away, she was my strength even more, because when you not try to live your life perfect, because I'm not perfect by no chance at all. I'm not no perfect person. Yeah, I speak positive and I try to keep people, hold on 1 minute. I try to keep people in a good space. Yeah, I try to keep people in a good space. I like the people around me. That's family and good-hearted people. I like people to be happy, But Grandma, as you can see, when Delvin took his foot off the gas, a lot of people acting like it was okay for them to act stupid, and be honest, Grandma, didn't put my hand on nobody. I didn't put my hand on nobody. And you are probably one of the only ones that could really understand a lot. Some people will judge you but don't even know you. It ain't nothing I know about myself that you don't know. And every day is a hard pill to swallow not to talk to you. Because as I said, you left me on the earth with some of these humans and I can't stand them. I'm going to just be real. I can't stand a lot of people on this earth. They dirty. And you try to hold yourself back. I tell you, some people just don't cherish life, because if I didn't take heed to a lot of things, I'm going to just be real. There'll be a lot of blood in the streets, And as I said, some of you people, I'm not making this live for you. You'll understand it later on. But I'm making this for my godmothers and my grandmother. Because they possibly the only three that can understand what I'm going through right now. When the fire in your soul is burning, and you try so hard. And this is why I just rather call a lot of people cowards, because God sees it, and I'm going to say it. I didn't put my hand on none of you cowards, and trust me, I could. I could make a lot of people feel pain. And the sad thing is, I ain't trouble nobody or make nobody feel the pain that I could make them feel. So when I actually say that some men are cowards, trust me, it took a lot for me to hold back a lot. So when I meet God and when I meet Khadijah and Princess again, I would just tell them I tried my best. You know, because, excuse me for a minute. Yeah. And R.I.P. Sarid, man. R.I.P. the young lion Sarid. Because no matter what, Lionheart, ain't nobody take care of us but us. We took care of ourselves when it came to certain things. And a lot of cowards just don't deserve life. I'm for real. I can't be kicking it no more of, you know, I told my homegirl 3 years ago that I was trying something of seeing how it would work. And this humbleness and this positivity, let me tell you, a lot of people, and I'm still talking to my grandmother, Princess, and Khadija, and Sarit as well. A lot of people took it for weakness, you know, and a lot of people will want to be brave and saying, like, yeah, I'll beat you up. Like, I get no glory in beating somebody up. I get no glory in wanting to fight somebody, because I'm going to be honest to you. And God knows my soul, and this is why I don't like people. I ain't never try to act tough to nobody out there in this world or belittle somebody and make them feel like a punk. Because the sad thing is, it been people in this world that act like they bullies, right? That I step to bullies for trying to punk people. So I'm going to tell all you people that believe in God or whatever you want to believe in, trust me, when you meet the maker, he going to tell you had the wrong idea about me. And that's not talking about, oh, I'm the biggest and baddest. But as I said, in my life I know, and I see it now, that I'm very misunderstood by people that can't understand and don't overstand. And the reason why I always say I want to talk to the people that passed away in my life, because they see what y'all don't see. Now let me go on to Princess. Princess, you already know what it is. Hard body with the karate, with the chop on two. I'ma always love you. For real, that's Lionheart love all the way. Cause you was there from the beginning. You was there when, I would say, me, Oswald, and Zawadi, we'd say we ain't had nothing, but you know what? I remember when we used to, shit. We ain't had no money, you feel me? We teenagers and stuff, and like, I remember you're going your purse, you know? And whether it's you giving me $5, Zawadi $7, and Oswald $10, I tell you something that we used to do, okay? We used to take that money you gave us and we put it all together, you know? We used to put it together and we made sure that the three of us was okay. But you made sure that we was okay. You know, I remember when me and Zawadi had an argument in South Carolina. And we was mad at each other. But you was more mad at us for arguing with each other, because you never seen us get down like that with each other. And you was more ashamed than mad at us. And me and him was You know, Chunky was being him and I was being me. He was talking about he was gonna beat me up, and I was talking about I was gonna beat him up. But you and Daddy B, y'all wasn't hearing that. Even though Daddy B spoke his little speech, you didn't like that. Because you knew how me and Chunky was from we was kids. And when you heard how we was speaking to each other, you let it go on for what, 30 seconds or 40 seconds. But then you called us and you stopped us in our tracks. I remember. You looked at me and you looked at him and told us how dare we talk to each other like that. How dare we treat each other like that, and we never did that before. This is my god brother. This is my cousin. Okay? And I will give you something that me and Chunky, we live by, because we ain't gonna let somebody hurt each other, okay? He ain't gonna let somebody hurt me. And I damn sure ain't gonna let somebody hurt him. You must be a retard. You know, and I remember that day when we finished talking to you. And we went in the room and we were still a little mad, you know? And that's when Sheik Luch's first album came out. I can't remember the name off the head, but me and Chunky rocked that album, you know? We made my brother mail it all the way from New York to South Carolina, okay? And a couple of mixtapes. That was mixtape days, you know? And I remember when we went back in the room just looking at each other. I was mad. He was mad too, but we looked at each other and we was there like, yo. That's not how Delvin and Chunky rock with each other. And that right there made us more solid though. You know? It made us more solid. And it made us see things through. You know? Shout out to you, Chunky. You already know what it is. Lionheart, man. Cheer, 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 cheer. Fours up. Now, Princess, you already know what it is, man. Like, fours up and fly with love, you know? For real. I love you from up above all over. Now, Khadijah. You know, my mom's rocked out when me and Naheem was little kids. You know, just like Princess and my mother. You know, three mothers that went out with each other. You know, sisters. Three sisters, you know, and their children. We became more than cousins and more than godbrothers. You know, because, like, godbrothers or cousins, that's just the title. That's something that's given in the world. But when we say we lived on it, we lived on it, you know, and I remember from I'm a little kid, man, from Bronx all the way to Brooklyn. I remember them Sundays going home. I remember cleaning the bathroom on Fulton. When you told me one day, you think Naheem gonna clean the bathroom and you ain't gonna clean, or you think Naheem gonna wash the dishes and you ain't gonna wash them, or even vacuum in the living room, or sweep in the living room, or clean in the hallway where we had to line our shoes up. You know, shout out to Mr. Duncan, man. And it's the 90s, you know? This is the 90s in Brooklyn, in Brownsville. I love you, Khadijah. Because I remember you waited till, like, what it was, the afternoon or something to drive me home, and Naheem there. I remember I forgot the color of the Volkswagen car you had. But I remember some of us used to be in the back. You know, like, I'm going to say this, people, man. Never count out family, you know? You may go through many things with your family. If it crossed the red line or the black line, yes, you don't forgive certain things. But if it's things that could really be fixed, please fix it. And I'm going to say this, man. Shout out to my big brother. I love you like no other. You know, like, for real. You my best friend. You damn sure is my best friend, and you the damn boss. Don't matter what. Okay? You my best friend and you the boss. I'm never ashamed to say that. I'm the worker. You the boss. You the big dog. Okay? And it'll remain like that. I can maybe mad at him or maybe disagree, but at the end of the day, it don't matter what. You the boss, T. And it's going to always remain like that, even when we reach to Zion. You know, because it's not about the fun we had as kids or whatever. I'm going to just say that's my big brother. Okay? And I'll put it to you like this. I'm going to say it straight up. I could be mad at him, but the rest of the world mad at him, you got a problem with me. And that's how much that's my brother, you feel me? Because you could be mad at him, but you deal with that problem with me. Okay? I don't care what problem you got with him. Now you got a problem with me, and that goes for every human on the earth. Okay? Don't let nobody disrespect my brother and get away with it, because you can't do that. Especially if I'm living. You ain't gonna do that. That's my brother forever, forever, forevermore. Now back to Khadijah. You know, from the African Street Festival days, boys and girls, okay? Watching Dancehall Queen in the living room and in the room, playing Super Nintendo, Street Fighter. You know, all of us as kids, you know, like, I even remember one of Naheem parties, you know, as I said, y'all will catch this later for people that's listening to the live. But I'm talking to my godmothers, my grandmother, and Sarid in Zion. You will get it later, but they will get this now. Now, I remember them days, you know? And you never forget them days. Even when I got older. And I remember even going like little shopping with you. You know, I remember one time, what is it? I remember the first time you took me and Naheem to the, see, I never forget these times. Some people say that people talk about things over and over, right? But there's certain things in my life that I never forget. And, what is it? On Franklin and Fulton. A little bit down the block from the Franklin train station, where they had the Africans, the Whole Food store, where you could take some fish, some rice, macaroni and cheese, plantains, a whole bunch of different stuff, and put it on the weight machine, and then after that they tell you how much your food was. All those times I remember. You know, I remember. And I'm going to always remember those times. Much love to you, Khadijah. Much love to you, Princess. Much love to you, Sarit. Grandma, you keep rocking on, and I'm trying.